is that nowadays kids, they are highly confused because we have so much of options. When I was a kid, the only profession that I knew was either a doctor or an engineer. And then when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I knew about collector and then police and things like that. Right? The options that we knew were very limited. And even then we were confused. As a kid, I wanted to become a doctor. And then I love trains. I saw E for engine in my UKG, and then I wanted to become an engineer, thinking engineer will be the one who was driving a train. Right? Things like that, we were confused, but then doctor was there. But ultimately, when I was in my 10th standard, I wanted to pursue my career in tourism education. So somehow things changed, and now the having like 4 or 5 options, which we knew at that time, we had so much of confusion. But now you have so many professions, so many entrepreneurial options, so many jobs that you create for your own, right? Social media influencer, you have air hostess, you have a model, you can become a teacher, you can become a doctor, you can become a lawyer, you can become a consultant, you can become an architect, you can become an engineer. And when you're talking about engineer, a software engineer, an electrical engineer, now you have the prompt engineering also. You have so many options. Imagine the level of confusion every kid is going through, right? So we are also, when we have so many options, we are also confused, right? Simple example, when you go for a buffet in a wedding, and then you have like 10 items, you know what to eat, we eat only 10. But you have 50 items, we don't know what to eat, right? Simple confusion. Same thing happens. Food is a very simple thing. One-time meal, it's very simple. But then when it's a life decision, they have so many options, right? So it is very difficult for them to choose the right one. So we need to guide them, right? The best advice that I would give is, because I speak to a lot of students. One student I asked, he used to be very silent in the class, not at all opening up, very silent, and he'll be like very lethargic. He's a very good guy, no problem at all. He gets good marks, but then his attitude, everything was very silent, very snobbish. So I asked him one day, why are you like this? And the answer he gave me was, I don't even know why I exist. Okay, I don't even know why I exist, and then I did not know what to reply to him, right? So that was my situation that day. So students are confused, and when it comes to taking their career, they're even more confused because they're influenced a lot by what they see, what they hear. Social media plays a major role. Every student is using Instagram. Now Instagram has gone threads, and then you have Snapchat, and we are like teaching in the class. At the last row, we will not be able to see the last row. There will be 100 plus students in a class. At the last row, people will be browsing through any of the social media apps. All these things happen in the class. However interesting you teach, however nice visuals you show, however nice PPT, however nice videos you make, and then display it, the attention span is very less. And students, they are glued to their mobile phones. And that is a fact, and it is really disturbing. We cannot even control that. When the class is so big, it's very difficult for us to control also. They have so many options to know about different things. And you know what happens? They aspire to become whatever looks very glamorous, very nice on social media, right? I teach tourism students. One day a girl said she wanted to become an air hostess. Very good, a nice profession, well-paying job. You can fly wherever you want. That is the good aspects of it, the positive aspects of it. You can fly anytime, very nice stays. You can visit the world, nice luxurious accommodation, you get so much of pay. Very nice profession, right, to look at. And after some time, she was in a fashion show. We organized a fashion show in our university. And then she said me that she wanted to become a model, right? And all this is happening within 1 week. And then once, suddenly she said, sir, you are a nice teacher. You are teaching very nicely in the class. And I want to become a tourism teacher. I said, no, please don't. That's just for fun. I told, but she wanted to become a tourism teacher, right? Because she was impressed with how, like students are coming to me, and then what respect I get. She was very much impressed with that. She wanted to become a teacher, right? So all these things are happening within. And then photograph of people have nice phones, and students, they want 1,50,000 rupee phones, whereas teachers, we have 30,000, 40,000 at the maximum. We use the phones, and most of us use like 10 to 15,000 rupee phones, right? But the students, they want 1,50,000 rupee phones. They want an iPhone, and when the next model comes, they want the next iPhone. They are not ready to use the old one. right? So they want to get upgraded. And the same happens everywhere. They're very confused. So I told them one thing. Okay, you wanted to become a model? Fine, you do. You wanted to become an aerostess? You do. You wanted to become a teacher? You do. So I told, okay, next week you will be taking my class. I'll be a student. I'll sit in the class. This is the topic that you are going to teach. You come onto the stage. You have to make your PPT. If you don't want a PPT, that's fine. You have to deliver a lecture. You want to do everything like what I do in the class. And then she seriously tried for it. 1 week I gave her time. I asked her the time also when she would do. She said 1 week is fine. So it was the previous Wednesday. The next Wednesday I scheduled her session. And she prepared everything for the class. But then on Tuesday night she called me. Around 9 o'clock she called me in the night and then told, sir, I cannot take the class. You only please take it. I said, why? What happened? She said, I thought teaching is very nice, very simple. It's easy to talk. You get so much of respect. But there is so much of pain that is involved in creating the content, right? She said, I am not doing it. So what happened is, she looked only the brighter part, the glamorous part of any profession, right? Aerosters, teaching, model, anything. She was impressed with that. But then for any profession, for an aerostess, an aerostess has to maintain her structure, her grooming, everything has to be maintained. A model, similarly, they have to maintain that. A photographer, they need to upgrade their skills continuously. So that is the hard part. When they are trying that, they really understand what they are good at, right? So your kids or you students, you also will be under this dilemma. You will also be influenced by a lot of things like this. My sincere advice or a request to you is that you try everything, but then you have a timeline, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and also you don't have, like students especially I'm talking about, you don't have your own money. You need to depend on your parents' money. Right? You understand your difficulties of the parents, so you keep a budget. You tell your parents very clearly, I want to try this. Keep a budget that your parents can afford. 2 to 3 weeks or maybe 1 month, depending on what you want to do. You try. You try to achieve perfection in a small project in that. If you are achieving perfection and then you enjoyed the whole process, then maybe you are good at it, you can think about it. But I'm pretty sure your children will be telling 10 things they wanted to aspire to do 10 things, but then 9 of the things will fail. Within 1 week, within 3 days, within 4 days, 9 out of 10 will fail, will not work out. So that way, everybody will know what exactly they want to do. I do this in the class and it works out. That is why I'm telling it here, right? And yes, yeah, and one more thing is students, especially, financial management is very important. And the first thing that you do, once you graduate, you go land into a job, and the first thing that you do is you apply for a credit card. You open your account and then you apply for a credit card. Credit card is good, provided you know how to use it, right? It gives a lot of rewards, but then what happens is you are financially very independent now, right? One, you are dependent on your parents' money, but now you earn your own money, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, whatever it is, but you have that money with you. You want to spend everything. You don't have the habit of saving it. So that is actually very bad, right? If you want to have a credit card, you have it, but at least 1 year you manage your finances properly without a credit card. You get 25,000 rupees a salary. You manage your expenses in 22,000, 2,000 or 1,000 rupees, whatever you keep some saving. You put budget, everything, and you understand how to manage your finances effectively. And then after 1 year, you go for a credit card. Sometimes it's difficult to manage in your salary. So unexpected expenses, hospital expenses can come, or some unexpected, functions can come, and you need to spend for that. You cannot avoid it. That time a credit card will be useful. But for that 1 year, for all these exigencies depend on your parents, nothing wrong. But whatever your daily expenses, you maintain within that, right? And then you get a credit card, you will know how to manage your finances, and then you will also know how to use your credit card more productively, right? So these advices I thought I would give you. And one more thing is that we have, options, so many options. I hope all of you would love Chinese food, pizzas, Italian food, pizzas, and then you love Mexican food. You love nasi kandar, nasi goreng, Indonesian, Malaysian food, everything, right? And I'm pretty sure most of you would have tasted it, right? We also taste idli dosa. We also taste our own rice, chapati, everything. We also taste a lot of food that is from other countries. Nothing wrong in that. You taste, but health is more important, right? I'll tell you, health is more important. Uh, if you are not able to maintain your health, you need not be like, you need not run for 10 kilometers. That's not the health I'm talking about. You need not have your six pack or anything. But then you should not have any disease, any kind of ailments, any kind of body pain, and you should be able to breathe normally without any problems. No diabetes, nothing. Just ensure that much, right? And to ensure that, what you need to do is, you can have all this food, nothing wrong. Pizzas you can have your nasi goreng, you can have fried rice, everything is fine. But then scientifically, our genes are basically designed in such a way that will digest what is locally grown. If you are from Karnataka, you are from Bangalore, what basically grows in Bangalore, your genes will digest, your body will take that better, right? So you have your own food that grows in your locality. Once in a while, you can taste different foods. So you experiment different things, but then please stay grounded to your roots, right? So these advices I thought I would do. And when you are doing something, you want to achieve something, there will be a lot of disturbances, so much of negativity, so much of negative talk. Just ignore. Yeah, ignore that. And with that, I'll complete my speech. Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. You've given a lot of information about.
ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ರೈತ ಸಂಘದ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೆಸಿಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋವ್ರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ರಾಜ್ಯ ರತ್ನ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್, ರಾಜ್ಯ ರೈತ ಸಂಘ ಹಾಗೂ ರೋಟರಿ, ಜನಸ್ಪಂದನ, ನಯನರಕ್ಷಾ ಯೂತ್ಸ್ ಇವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಂತಿಮ ಘಟ್ಟವನ್ನು ತಲುಪಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾನು ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಷ್ಟೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 2ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿನ ನಾನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾಗ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಹೇಳೋರು, ಹಂಗಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡು, ಹಿಂಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆನ ನೀವು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಯೂತ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ, ಹಾಗೂ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸೇವೆ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ ಸೇವೆ ನೀವು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀರೋ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಪಂದಿಸಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪಂದನಾ ಗುಣ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವೇನೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೂ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ವಯೋಸಹಜ ಕುಚೇಷ್ಟೆ ನಮಗೂ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದು ನಿಮಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಹಂತ ತಲುಪಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ನಾವು ಈ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋರಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪುದಾರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಯಾರಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಮಾತು ಖಂಡಿತ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ರಿಯಲ್ ಹೀರೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮದರ್. ನೋ ಹೀರೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಫಿಲಮ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹೀರೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್. ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಹೀರೋ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್, ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಯುವರ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮದರ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂಥವ್ರ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಫಿಲಮ್ ಕತೆನ ಹೇಳಬೇಡಿ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಸರ್. ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಯೂತ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತಾ, ಈಗ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕೊನೆಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಸದಗೋಪನ್. ಇವ್ರು ಕೊನೆಯವರಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜಿಮ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ ಆಗಿ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ದಿನ ತಿಂತ, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನನ್ನ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಜಿಮ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದವರು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ತಗೊಂಡು, ಹಾಗೆ ಪೌರ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಸದಗೋಪನ್ ಸರ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಂತರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಏನು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಘಟ್ಟವಾದಂತಹ ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರಿ.
Rajesh Sadagopan stepped out of the spotlight and stepped into the streets for a clean
ಸೊ ನಮಸ್ತೆ
Bangalore.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೆ.
Side
ನಾನು
by
ತುಂಬ
side
ಟೈಮ್
with
ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ.
BBMP power karmikas,
ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್
he
ಅ
gave
ಬಾಡಿ
them
ಬಿಲ್ಡರ್
gloves,
ಆ್ಯಂಡ್
shoes, dignity,
ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಟ್ರೈನರ್,
and
ಜಿಮ್
fought
ಟ್ರೈನರ್
for
ಆ್ಯಂಡ್
their
ಯೋಗ
rights.
ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್.
When garbage piled up, he
And
didn't
suddenly
look
made
away.
me
He acted,
2011,
tracking
7
dumping
away.
spots,
Then
painting
ಆಚೆ
walls,
ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ
writing messages,
ಬೇರೆ ಕಸಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ
creating
ಕಸಗಳಿತ್ತು.
awareness, turning
ಅದು ನಾನು
black
ಫೋಟೋ
marks on the
ವಿಡಿಯೋ
city
ತಗೊಂಡವ್ರು
into
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನನಗೆ
symbols of
ಗೇಲಿ
change.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಏನೋ ಇವನು ಕಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾನಂತ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೀಪಾಗಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಪೌರ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ ಏನು ಕಷ್ಟ ಏನಂತ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು 1500 2500 ಆ ಥರ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೀಪಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಥರ ಇದು. ದೆನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೈ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ರಾಜೇಶ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಟಿ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಮಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಇಸ್ clean Bangalore city I need, and I have a dream that 100% I'll make sure that in my where I stay in Banaswadi and Kamanalli, in one ward there will be so many booth. I want to make clean booth, so in that booth maybe 100 houses will be there. So thank you for the opportunity, but I'll be keep doing this only for the environment. So thank you so much.